really getting started on this whole Erie Canal chapter.
Drawbridge going up. There's a boat going through the drawbridge. How cool to see this.
After our rest day in Niagara Falls, we were ready to ride, but not before one last look.
Yeah, leaving Niagara Falls. You can see the Niagara River behind me. Here it seems very calm, but got a nice little breeze coming in from the west. Should push us towards our destination, which is Lockport today. It doesn't matter how short some of these bike paths are. It's beautiful to just have these places where you can just ride and not really pay a whole lot of attention. Hardly anybody's on this thing. I'm sure in the summer it's full, but today, no, it's not bad. Turning into the industrial side of Niagara Falls and leaving the Great Lakes and all that beauty behind. Now we're just heading east.
Headed toward the ocean.
Slowly getting out of the city. It's taken a while. A lot of traffic. Honestly, can't wait for the canal trail. About 5 miles up the road. How you doing, Shug?
Good.
So do you know what time it is?
Time to eat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Find a little park and have a little bite?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm dying for some peanut butter on tortilla with banana. Maybe some oranges.
I was looking for blueberries or raspberries. You didn't have anything.
Not the season anymore, huh? It's one of the cool things, you know, you kind of live through these seasons.
Yeah.
But the blueberries are my favorite. I'm never gonna see blueberries the same way. Pendleton Rail Trail, whatever that is. Gonna get us a little closer. We made it to the Erie Canal, due east of Niagara, so we didn't start out in Buffalo. Kind of skirted a couple miles, a few miles, but beautiful, paved. Look at this. What a pretty trail this is. Looking forward to spending the next few days on this. Next week, what is it? Week, 2 weeks? I don't know. We're kind of at that point in the trip where we can take as many miles or as few miles as we want to. Today we're doing a light 20-25 miles just because we got to pick up a package. We got started late. We did a bunch of viewing around Niagara. Tomorrow we'll probably hit it a little harder. It's a luxury to be able to go as far or not as far as you want. This is gorgeous. Lockport, New York. Julianna's garment took a bad spill. They sent her a free one to replace it, but she's got to send the old one back. So we're just kind of hanging out here at the post office, trying to beat their closing time.
A local at the post office had recommended a nearby Italian restaurant, which we took full advantage of.
Come on, you two.
I'm not that good on the front.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right. So, hi guys, my name is Gretchen. This is Mr. Mike Molinaro Sr.
Hi.
We're
Hi.
here at Molinaro's in lovely Lockport, New York.
Oh, yes.
We're so happy Julia and
Juliana. Yeah.
and Roland joined us for dinner tonight.
Yes.
I hope they enjoy their cookies.
Oh,
It's been
fabulous.
fantastic. The cookies are great, but the dinner was...
They got the
Thank
chicken
you.
Molinaro.
Oh yeah, my wife
Very
did
good.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. So
She
good.
Well, let her know.
Yes.
We're just like,
Yes.
we loved it.
Thank you.
And
No,
good recommendation.
you're gonna be
You did a
famous.
good job.
Yes,
You did good.
I get a raise.
Not that good.
Now I get a raise.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's not the boss.
You got it there.
thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Well fed and thoroughly satisfied, we headed back to our hotel. In the morning, we began our adventure on the Erie Canal at Lockport's amazing Canal Discovery Center.
This is really cool stuff. Yeah. I think these are the new locks here. Cool bridge. I love the old steel arch bridge. But this is where the barges come in, right? So we ran into a guy who volunteered here at the Canal Museum. He said this is the end of the Great Escarpment, which comes all the way from Michigan, I guess. I don't know, but it's a place where the land drops suddenly. And so the canal had a real issue with trying to figure out how to set this up. And they solved it through this series of locks here in Lockport. Explains the name of the town, why the town's here for the Erie Canal, but also these really big locks still in use. Really cool, like a really cool place. Love it. This is an example of one of the boats that you might use on this thing. And here's where the canal kind of flattens out and heads east. Cool old railroad bridge up there. Really nice park. And look at this infrastructure, this old early 1800s infrastructure. Now it's a museum, but it used to be a lock house, I assume. And there you can see the closed locks. Get the sense of the size. There's Julianna on top. They're blocking that water, but they're slowly filling it up. Lots going on here. A busy little place. I'm told that people travel along this canal on their own personal boats. They take it all the way through the Great Lakes, down the Mississippi, around the coast, up to New York, up the Hudson, in something they call the Great Loop. What a great idea, and that just would be an awesome thing to do. Now here's the modern locks. Steel gates, much wider, even for today's leisure cruises. Inside those gates. Beautiful engineering. Amazing work that these people do. It's morning in America.
Good morning.
And
Good
we're
morning, New York.
Yeah, we're here in Lockport, New York, really getting started on this whole Erie Canal chapter. It's gorgeous, neat old place. Look at all this. This canal is still being used. People use it to they do pleasure cruises all around, all the way up to the Great Lakes and over to the Mississippi River. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you're getting hot.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to get hot as soon as we hit this canal. Gorgeous morning. It's cool, but warming up really quickly. And I think we're going to be down low. I bet that wind, well, there's not really any wind now, but I don't think it's going to be much of a factor. Heading to Brockport, pick up our winter clothes, and then to Rochester to an REI. It's time to reset our situation because we've got probably about a month to go, and it's probably going to be a lot of cool weather. So
Probably send the camping stuff back too.
yeah, we just might do that. If we can't figure out a way that we can really camp.
2 or 3 nights
just-
of camping isn't worth all that wait for another
Right,
month.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, on delay. Wow, look at all this stuff. This is so cool.
When the canal was first envisioned in the early 1800s, the country was expanding, and the Midwest states were coming into their own. Farm goods, mostly grain, was in high demand in cities like New York and could be shipped up to Buffalo through Lake Erie. But it took 2 weeks to carry goods between Buffalo and Albany, where it could be shipped down the Hudson. And this is well before railroads were considered viable. The canal opened up the entire Midwest to the eastern seaboard, made New York the world-class port that it is today, and created a boom for industry and economy all along its length. Much of what we call the Erie Canal today is quite different than it was when it was originally created. Half of it was filled in or fell into disuse when the canal system was redesigned in the 1920s. But here on the western side, Even though it's been widened significantly, it still follows the same route and has much of the old infrastructure still intact. The towns all have a similar feel, with busy downtowns just off the waterfronts and working lift bridges.
Got it. Looks like a nice trail town, doesn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful.
You could really take your time doing this, you know?
Like we are.
These are the breaks that they're building this lock for, right? Where all that drop happens. That's what this is all doing.
Look, these willows.
Hello.
Drawbridge going up. There's a boat going through the drawbridge, and it's going to come down. How cool to see this. Now I can cross.
So this is one of the drawbridges on the canal. When they pull up the drawbridge, it's actually like a hydraulic bridge, so it doesn't open up, it actually raises. So they got these cool stairs so that pedestrians could cross the bridge when the bridge gets up to this point, which is pretty damn cool, I think.
We crossed the bridge into the village of Middleport and strolled Main Street, enjoying the unique character of this historic canal town, and grabbed a bit of lunch at the Alternative Grounds Cafe before heading out on our way.
We just reached the northernmost point on the Erie Canal, and maybe the furthest north we end up on the whole trip. It's cool. Everything's cool, baby.
And everything was cool too. We were in such a perfect groove, with the pastoral scenery gliding by, the meditative crush of wheels on gravel, and a warm sun on our backs. We reached Albion, where we found a motel and a meal before calling it a day. Fabulous.